Hello everyone, just making a quick video here on how to do some darkness delving because I have been asked about it before by a couple of my friends, and I find it's easier to show not tell on darkness delving due to the mechanics of delving. So to do this, I'm doing this on my, uh, as you can see, just getting into maps level champion. I have I've just done my Merciless Lab. That's all I've really done. Very basic gear. I got just a lucky 6 link, but my damage is not good because I've started with all my defensive passives. So, as you can see, not a whole lot of damage, not a whole lot of gear. This is just a way to get quick and easy money as an alternative to maps. So, the kind of builds that are good for this are maps or builds that can phase through enemies. So Cyclone, anything with phase on hit, anything that has phase on kill. Raiders are a good example of this with their ability to get phasing through their Raider ascendancy. Uh, Phase run as a skill is another great way to get phasing and that's available to any build. All you need to do is fuel it with frenzy charges, which you can get from Blood Rage, which any build can pick up and use. And so, like, those are the kind of things that you need to have for being better at this. An example of a character I had that was amazing for delving was a Righteous Fire Chieftain. Was another great example of a character for delving. On this character, I've got about 140 life regen per second. Not a ton. I don't have any like life on hit, for instance. This build is very bare bones as far as like getting this done, but it can still do this in uh, level 60 delving areas. Now, the deeper you can go, the more loot you're going to get, the more fossils you're going to get. That's just in general true of anything involving delving. Deeper you can go, the deeper you can handle, the more loot you're going to get. However, a resonator is still going to sell for a chaos. Good fossils are still going to sell for however much, and they still drop early on. There is a amazing guide by Brittany. She is a outstanding member of the community. Often does a lot of shoutcasting for the Path of Exile races, so she knows the game inside and out. I'm going to post that guide in the description of this video. Check it out. Um, and she kind of goes over uh, a way of basically doing kind of like infinite darkness delving, which is very interesting and not something I realized was possible. So before I do this, there are two ways of darkness delving. Technically three. So the first option is while the cart's moving to the next location, you check all the side paths for loot. This is especially potent if you end up in a Vol City type biome, which are outlined and highlighted for you so you can't miss them. Those have fantastic loot. Um, the other option is once you've reached the destination, you just backtrack to the offshoots that you saw on the way. That's not my preferred way because I'd rather, get it all done in one go, get all the loot, and then either leave or start the next one. And then the third route, which is the route that Brittany takes, is you kind of you drop into your area and you just kind of do loops because of how the delve system is set up. I'm going to let Brittany explain that one because I'm not familiar with it and I will defer to the experts on that. So again, check her guide out. It is some good stuff from what I read. So to do this, a couple things you need to know. Short paths are bad. You can't get offshoots either right after your starting point and right before your ending point. They kind of did that for like loot abusing. So like for instance, this square here, I'm not going to get anything out of that because they're basically all going to be, as soon as I leave the dead zone of the one, I'm entering the dead zone of the other. The only time I'd really get loot is in this bottom right corner here. No good. So what we're going to do is we're going to just queue up this one here and we're going to take a look. and see what we can find. I'm doing this completely blind, so this is what you would see. Some things to note: you will need flares. You will need to upgrade them. You will need to be darkness capped because, for obvious reasons, we're going to be in the darkness for a while. So what we do is we start our delve. Yep, and I went the wrong way because I wasn't paying attention. It's like, so all those little side rooms, like what I just ran into, we're going to check them. So the cart's going to go down this way. We're going to go over here. Nothing there. Cool. Back to the cart. Kill mobbies. Check the little side area. Nothing. Cool. And follow the cart. Cart's going to go down that way. Go up top. Check if there's anything there. Nope. And boom, like this is our first, bit of loot here. But since the offshoot continues, we can just go like this. And found some rich azurite. Now, I only got 25 because I'm in like a super low level area, but later on, I've gotten upwards of like several hundred azurite just from one area. And, sometimes when you're out in the darkness, you can get more flares, which allows you to keep your adventure going. It's like here, a 3-socket resonator. That's huge. That is great money. Let me just go back to the cart. Now, number one thing you gotta do is keep an eye on your flares. So I know I've got 3 out of 6, so I can keep going. So I can go down like this. Lost wealth. This time only an orb of scouring. But hey, that's an orb scouring I didn't have before. That was kind of interesting for being nothing. And then we just follow our cart to the end here. Alright, so from this we got like we got all these resonators, not that dense fossil. In fact, one of these goes over here. So we got 3 alchemical resonators that are 1 socket, 1 chaotic 1 socket, a double socket alch, and a triple socket chaos. So let's go take a look at Path of or the trade site, see what that's worth. We'll start with the powerful chaotic. And it's worth about 2 chaos. So that's 2 chaos right there. The alchemical one's probably 1 chaos. Same with, and the other guys are probably worth like an alch each. So in addition to the azurite, the orb scouring, that's all. I basically got something like 3 extra chaos from a level, what, 50 zone? Level 58, and this isn't even map tier. It just gets better and better as you keep going down the mine. So, anyway, that is an example of darkness delving. If I wanted to do this the alternative way, what I would do is, now that I'm at the exit, I would just backtrack and hit up all of the little side areas that I missed. So like I thought I saw something over here. I was wrong. So this is how you would do it if you wanted to do the backtracking route. Brittley has her own method, and I again will refer you to her guide because it is way more knowledgeable than mine. Anywho, oh, see, this is an example of the backtrack method working. So we find this. Unfortunately, I'm out of flares, so I have to do this in a weird way. So by backtracking, we ended up finding that secret passageway that we didn't see the first time. So that's a new career reward I can throw at an alt or something when I level them. Anywho, that is my guide. Thank you for watching. Oh, and in the event that you are in the middle of darkness delving and things are getting sticky, exit the character select. Thanks for watching and have a good one.